bit, I want to say right over 20 death threats. I really can't elaborate too much more on that because the government, I can't even say the agency that's investigating, but the government agency that's involved in that is doing their thing with that.
Yeah, all right, that's really important. Thank you for coming back and sharing your story. You told us the other night you saw the entire incident, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let's walk us up to what we see on tape and what happened before that most people don't know about.
Well, like you said, you have a DJ there that's playing music. You have people coming from outside of the community trying to get into the swimming pool. Then, you know, you can't get into the swimming pool unless you live there, unless you're a guest of a resident there. So you had the the security guard calling the cops and everything like that. And then from that particular point, that's where everything jumped off. But I do want to reiterate that we do not live in a racist neighborhood. We are, good, honest, hard-working, diverse with black, white, Hispanic, East Indian, whatever the situation is. And right now, with all this media coverage, it's really taking a toll on the community itself. What we're trying to find is some form of normalcy now and peace.
Mr. Embry, I looked at your Facebook posting, and I'm assuming this is you, that you said, look, I live in the community. This entire incident is not racial at all. You stand by that, right?
I still stand by that. This was not a racial event.
And you said a few thugs spoiled a community event by fighting, jumping over fences into a private pool, harassing and damaging property. Not everything is about race. We have other issues that need our attention. Other fights make up believed causes. You said all that, right?
Yes, sir, I did say all that, but let me clear something up because I'm catching a lot of flack for that, and amongst other things. When I used the definition of thugs, there was no way, shape, form, and fashion was that directed toward the African-American children that was there. What that comment was directed towards were the actual individuals that started this whole melee, but that wasn't a general statement or description of African-American children or kids, whatever the situation is. I'm still trying to figure out how thug and black became synonymous with one another.
I concur with you. And you said from the beginning this wasn't about race, and you saw the whole thing. Another resident by the name of Brian Gessner, maybe a neighbor of yours. Do you know him?
Yes, sir, I do know him.
He posted a Facebook thing that said it was a Twitter party that turned into a mob event, jumping pool fence, assaulting security guards, attacking a mother with 3 little girls. The video doesn't show everything. And he went on to say kids were drinking, smoking weed, and wouldn't listen to any of the adults around the pool. Is that accurate?
Well, first thing, I would like to reiterate that Brian Gessner is not a racist. I know in Twitterverse and on social media they're trying to portray him as that, but that is definitely not the case. He was actually one of the people there that was helping the kids and trying to help establish order by giving them water and wiping our faces and things of that nature. For the rest of his comments and his statement, since he has an attorney now, I can't comment on anything of what he may have said or may have been thinking.
Well, let's take him out of the equation. Were kids acting that way, drinking, smoking weed, and 2 security guards and a mother of 3 kids? Did that all happen?
Well, from my viewpoint, I didn't see, any assault on any children. Definitely not. As far as the smoking weed or drinking or whatever the situation is, I didn't see anything of that nature. It may have been there.
Yeah.
But I didn't see. I was on the opposite end doing my thing.
Okay. You know what? It takes courage to come out and speak the truth. I'm sorry that you come under attack. We appreciate you sharing your story so that the public can get the real truth here. Thank you.
Well, Sean?
Yes, sir.
Well, I just like to also reiterate that I'm not the black guy that supports abusive cops. Okay? Because I see a lot of things coming out of whatever the situation is. In no way did I agree with the cops' actions towards this little girl. What we have here is 2 individuals in a charged situation that made poor decisions on both ends. So that means that's fault on both sides. But all the other things that happened and everything, I'm glad the investigation is continuing to go forward. Now we're getting all the facts. Again, we as a community, as a people, as a nation cannot take 7 minutes of a 30-minute incident and then make an opinion. Wait till all the facts come out before we have these knee-jerk reactions.
All right, Mr. Embry, good to see you again. Thank you so much for straightening it all out for us. We appreciate your time. Also tonight, a Miami high school principal has been removed from his post after showing support